it's Shannon, so I'm coming at you with a little art haul. So this is an art haul from I want to say local art store, but that's not really right because it's 7 hours from me. Anyways, it is from Creative Cold Snow, Artist Supply Materials, and Custom Frame. I don't know if I said that right. I'll link it below. And you can find all the stuff in other places online. But one of the great joys about going into an actual physical art supply store, and when I say physical art supply store, I mean, you know, somewhere that is, you can go in and you could talk to people who are hired that are actual artists and stuff and get, like, hear what they use it for and how they do it and what they're up to and see their work. I so dig going into, like, local art supplies. I'm air quoting this because the nearest art supply place for me realistically is 5 hours in the Twin Cities, and that's like 2 states away. So, you know, is it a state or two? I don't know. Anyways, it's a ways away, but it's just such a joy if you ever get to go through a local art supply store like that, because most of the time they end up hiring local artists and you get to talk to them about what they use and how they use it for. It just is a great way to meet people, network, and get some really awesome freaking ideas on what to use that media for, because maybe they use it in a different way you never did. And I don't know, for me that's just one of the points of going into it. And I travel quite a bit. This summer I've traveled all over the US, and I've been really lucky in that I've been able to find some of these places and talk to some of these artists. And so I have bought a few products, and Creative Cold Snow was no exception. I made a couple of trips there in a week, and yeah, it was great. So I'd go like after all my meetings were done and after hours. It was so awesome. And the other thing is a lot of times they'll have little testers out at Creative Cold Snow, and they had paper so I could like draw on it and see how I liked it. I really enjoyed that, and their prices were pretty competitive, to be honest. So again, I made a couple of trips here, so this is gonna probably be a little lengthy, but I'm also gonna do mini reviews in this, which again, you know, I like to do in my hauls. So you may need a popcorn and a soda is what I'm saying, or a tea if you're me, or water. Generally I'm a tea, water, juice kind of gal. What can I say? Alright, so let's get on with that. Oh, but really quick, if you're ever in Des Moines, check them out, but also check out if you're a chocolate fan or you like cotton candy, because very clearly I made a couple of trips to this place. It is Chocolate Storybook, not sponsored by them, just telling you it's really freaking good chocolate, and cotton candy was really good. Like, I really fell in love with this like cherry berry flavor, and so I picked up a couple to take home because it was delicious, and I found food I can have, which just makes me thrilled, because after my stomach surgeries, sometimes I have a hard time finding like sweets and stuff I can eat. And granted, it takes me 3 to 4 days to eat some of this, but I can eat a little bit. It's really nice. So anyways, so the first day I went there, I got to try some oil pastels. And I don't know about you, but for me, oil pastels and certain art products are just super nostalgic for me. Like, it takes me back to my childhood, like my elementary art classes, or like hanging out and watching my sister do like sketches and drawings, or my mom painting on the walls. Because like when we were younger, like my younger brother is really big into hunting, and he loves to do stuff like that. Very much a, like, I guess, feed yourself kind of person. So he really wanted like a specific like deer scene, and my mom was able to like sketch it out on the wall in his room and paint it, and it was amazing. Like my family is really filled with talented artists. I don't really consider myself even remotely as talented as they are, but it's one of those things. There are certain art products that just, they take you back to childhood. And for me, oil pastels is one of those. Like, I remember what I believe is probably the first time I used it in like elementary, I want to say like kindergarten, first grade, and we just took oil pastels on paper and just colored, and you filled the whole thing in with all these bright colors, and then you colored it over in black, and then you did scraping and etchings. And I remember us using them in other ways, and then just smearing them with your finger, and it was just oily and smooth. And I really loved it because I'm I'm a pretty tactile person sometimes, which is why a lot of times I love to do art that makes you almost want to touch it. Like I really love acrylic mediums a lot because of that, because I want someone to see a painting and that I do and say, that is beautiful, but I really want to touch it because there's just all this texture everywhere. I enjoy that at this moment in my life. So I feel that way with oil pastels. And it's a nostalgic thing, and like I said, I remember in elementary school using it. And then, you know, when you're a little kid, your mom and dad give you like crayons, and when you're little, they look very similar, but they're not exactly the same. So I'd go home and I'd color with my crayons, and I tried to smudge them, and I was like, this doesn't work. And so I asked my mom, and it's one of those things that she was like, and I explained what we did. She's like, sweetie, I don't think that's the same. So she went to Michael's and she got me just really, really inexpensive oil pastels, and I wore those things down to nothing. Like, I loved those when I was little. So for the last several years, I've been looking to get back into them and play with them. I've had a few, and I really would love to try like Sennelier, and there's a couple other brands, but pastels, oil pastels, chalk pastels, they're pretty pricey. And I had been looking at using the Sakura Cray for quite a while, but again, these are like an artist slash student, depending on where you're looking at, quality. They are very good, have very good ratings, but you know, even for this, the sets can get pricey pretty quick on some of them. And one of the fun things about going to an actual art store is I can play with them and I can buy open stock. Was suggested to me by some folks at other art stores that I buy a few open stock, play with them, see if I like them, then come back and get more if I did. And these were 70 cents a piece. When I looked the other day online, these were running for like $1.60. So I thought it was a really good deal at the time. And so I picked up, what, 6? And you know I'm not going to not pick up the gold and the silver, because they had gold and silver. I was going to pick it up. It was going to happen. So I did. And I went back and I played with it some, because what I also do is I have my little like mixed media sketchbook that I always take with me. Like, this just is kind of my ride or die thing. Like, I take it with me. And so I'll just do like random sketches. This is like a friend's photograph, and I'll just play with colors or whatever. And I just enjoy that. Like, yeah, I have random like sketches and I don't know, all sorts of stuff in here. Yeah. So there's my seahorse, whatever. I've got a bird back here somewhere. So, I mean, there's just all sorts of random like sketches with me. So, but I really like the mixed media paper because I tend to mix a lot of media anyway. So I take this with me wherever I go. It's a good size for me personally. And so I use the oil pastel to play in here. I had already laid down some watercolor with the Stabilo woodies and some other like watercolor washes type of things. And so I wanted to see about layering, because you know, layering is kind of, I like to do that a lot. So I added in some of the like oil pastels and I kind of smushed them around with my finger. I really liked the feel of them, and then I just played with them. I mean, I just put them down and then I smushed them with my finger a little, played with them quite a bit, and I had so much fun with those that I went back and I was able to talk to the manager, and she was really nice. And so and I ended up basically buying a 50-piece set. This is 48 colors with two sticks of extender, and the extender, you can use it to kind of like make it like a glaze almost. It's a really cool idea. And I got these because I was really excited, and it's just one of those things, like, these just really take me back to childhood. It's very nostalgic for me, and I enjoy them. And the colors, oh my goodness gracious. So the color on these is just beautiful, and like the laydown is just so creamy, so creamy. I just really love it, and I kind of like to take it and smush it. But you can also take a little bit of like odorless mineral spirits or a solvent and make it work a little bit more like a traditional oil paint, if that's your thing. I really like these just because, again, I can just smudge and smear and smush, and for me it's a fun it's very visceral. So, and I need a more visceral, I need to be able to do more, I don't want to say visceral, but more like interactive art on my part. I like to make a mess. And the place I currently live, I just don't have the room to make a mess like I could before. I don't have the extra room studio available now, so. And then I was really excited because I got a couple of open stock pencils, which are a great way to try pencils that you've never tried. Now, I do actually have a set of Prismacolors. They're okay, not necessarily overly sold on them. They're all right, they're good, pretty inexpensive-ish, depending on how much you catch them for. But these were the neon colors. That's really what attracted me, is that it was so bright and so vibrant. And yes, I realize neon is not in any way, shape, or form Lightfast. I have not heard of anyone who has neon paint that is Lightfast rated, tested, whatever. If you know, let me know in the comment section below. But I didn't buy these to be like Lightfast. I bought them because I thought, oh, that's really bright, and I have some ideas I want to use them for. So. And then I bought 2 open stock pencils of a colored pencil brand I've been wanting to try for quite a while. This is the Derwent Color Soft. Now, I know some folks don't like it, but again, it depends entirely on the application you're wanting to use it for. And I have been wanting to try the Color Soft for quite a while because I do sometimes like to really get in and be able to have like a very soft pencil that I can just go to town on. And this kind of gave me the opportunity to play with this for a few days. And so far, I really like these. I think they're a lot of fun, and I think they'll have some good versatility for me. I don't know that I'm going to go and buy any more. I may get a couple more open stock, but so far, I'm quite enjoying it. And then I got some of these Stabilo. I think these are the Pin 68, and they're markers. And this was on my first trip. Again, I bought a few open stock. These were, I think, around $1, $1.25 a piece. They were not super spendy, but I just had so much fun sketching and playing with them that I went back and I bought more. So these aren't all the same, but like I said, it was really cool there because they had some out that I could play with and see kind of how I liked, you know, if I liked the way that it wrote and the flow it had. So I got 4 additional ones in two different greens, purple and red. Now, I will say, if you're someone who doesn't like the fact they don't have names written on them, they have numbers, and it's not such a big deal for me. It doesn't bother me either way, really. I mean, it is nice if they have the name written on them, but you know, it's one of those things. I understand, I guess, from a marketing and a sales perspective why they may not. So anyways, so this is the Stabilo .88. Oh my goodness, I really love how fine that tip is, and it comes in so many colors, and these are beautiful pens, so pretty. I really like them. I think these were 95 cents, so I picked up, you know, 5 on my last trip there. So it was just, I really like these a lot. On my last trip there, I got 6 of these, and I really like the colors of these. These are a lot of fun. I think these would be great for someone who likes to do like art journaling or do poetry on top of their art. And these are fun to play with, and they're fairly inexpensive as far as really nice art pens go. I have been, I don't know, I've just been becoming more and more of a fan of Stabilo ever since I got those Carbothello pastel pencils. I had a friend in one of my art groups recommended, Willie, I believe, and he was just like, he does some really beautiful pastel pencil drawings, and I was like, look, I'm looking to get into this, what do you like? And he's like, start with the Carbothello. He's like, very reasonably priced, very good Lightfast ratings. He's like, they're easy to use, they're smooth, and he's like, you're not investing as much as with some of the other brands. And I'm like, sold, ta-ting. And ever since then, everything I've tried from Stabilo, for the money you pay for it, is really good quality, like really good. So while I was there, I was talking with, I believe his name is Rob, and then the manager, and I don't remember her name. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm terrible with names. His name's probably not Rob, But anyways, so they had, this is made by Stabilo. These are not technically artist's quality pencils. These are just really freaking cool. I think they're called the All Right, or the All, it's the All something pencil. But basically, they are made to write on paper, glass, plastic, and metal, and they are erasable. And I just thought, how cool is that? And so when I was there, they actually demonstrated by like writing on a plastic box and then writing on the glass countertop, and then they erased it. And I'm like, that's so neat. And these were, I believe, $1.65 a piece. Again, not really terribly expensive. And I like that I could buy a few open stock to see how I like these. And so far, I really like these. I actually have been using these to label my, so I'm an anal retentive labeler. If you can't kind of tell, I like organization a little. Like, I'm weird. I either want it all organized or a complete hot mess. So I like to label things, and I tend to put stuff in like clear totes. And so I've been using these to label with. It's just, they're really nice to be able to label with, and then to know that, oh, I can erase this. It's okie dokie. Hot dog, y'all. I really like this, because I had spent a lot of money on little like labels that you can peel off pretty easy, like buy the labels that you can write on and peel off, you know what I'm talking about. And I was like, to be able to just spend $1.65 on one of these, that's a lot of lead in there. That's gonna last me quite a while. So I was really, really excited. And then when I went, I met the manager of Creative Cold Snow in Des Moines. She is really nice, and she is a big fan of watercolor and gouache. And I was talking to her, and I was like, well, you know, I've been wanting to get into gouache for quite a while. I like watercolor. It's a lot of fun, but I really want, you know, the more opaque idea behind gouache. And I like that idea, and I like that it's rewettable, reworkable, things like that. And she's like, and I was like, well, I see you have Holbein, and I think they had Imgram. We had a class, and we have a couple of sets left over, and it was the Royal and Langnickel. And I was like, well, I was kind of thinking maybe Holbein. And she's like, no. She's like, these are $5. She's like, I might have been $7, but she's like, buy them, try them, see if you like them, and then you can come back and try like Holbein or some of the others that are more pricey. But she's like, even these are really good quality for the most part, especially if you're just starting out. So I was like, well, okay, you know, it's very reasonably priced. And I will say she was right. I really, really liked them. And I've been playing a lot lately. So I went and I did, you know, I swatched them out, I played with them, I drew, I doodled, I enjoyed them. And so I went back and I was like, I really like these. And she's like, yeah, I kind of thought you would. And I was like, yeah, I kind of thought so too. So I bought a couple of three of the Holbein gouache colors. So these are pretty. These are magnificent. These are magnificent. And I'm not gonna lie, I've already ordered a small set on Amazon of Holbein gouache colors. They're pretty, and I was looking up other gouache brands to see what else was out there and what really cool things they had. And Schminky has some really beautiful gouache, but I think the only place I could find it online was like wet paint. And I was really disappointed because they had, at one point they had a set, and I was like, that was gone. So, but I really think this is beautiful. Now I will say Blick has quite a few brands of gouache if you're interested, but I really liked these. They were so pretty. And like I said, she showed me some of her work she did with them. She had her little sketchbook with her at work, and all the artists that worked there, it was really cool because they had their little sketchbooks and could show you what they were doing. So the one guy was really into the liquid fluid acrylics, like I am the high flow, the golden high flow. You know how much I love those. I love those so much, and I'm so sad that I just don't get as much use out of them right now. Hopefully that will change, but we'll see. So I did swatches of these, and just the color is so freaking luminous. Oh my goodness gracious, y'all. I bought 3 colors because I was like, these are pricey. You know, I mean, it's like when you buy a good watercolor or a good acrylic, but good watercolor and good gouache are pricey. Let's just be honest, it's gonna cost you a little bit. So I just got 3 to try these out because I knew I really liked the others, and I was like, okay. So I got a red, a blue, and a yellow. I got geranium, I got lemon yellow, and then I got blue violet, and so pretty, y'all. They're really, really, really gorgeous. I had a lot of fun. So the color is super luminous, even though it's opaque. It's easy to rework. I have been, like, literally, I have gone in here and reworked some of this several times, and it's just so fun. And the pigment load in this paint is phenomenal. I really, really like it. So, and I love the way it lays down and the feel of it when you lay it down. It's smooth like butter, very good. And you know, I'm just a fan of vibrant colors in general. And I've already Googled the Holbein color sets, and I'm like, ooh, the luminous is beautiful. It's not light fast rated. It's kind of neon-esque, so they're not gonna last, but it's very pretty. And just, I like the opacity of it. Opacity. I like the opacity of it, and you can make it really opaque. You can shear it out. I like that. That is appealing to me as a consumer, personally. So, and I get like really good control. I just use my water brush, which is what I take with me when I'm on the road, and I'm a fan. Like I said, I've already ordered more from Amazon. Can I say? So then I got another one of these. I got this in a previous haul. I love these to take with me on the road again. And I'm gonna be on the road again in the next few months. So I really like the Daniel Smith Extra Fine Watercolor 66 Tri-Color Dotty Sheet thing. I like these. I like these a lot. I like these for travel. The opacity, I don't know. They're just really luminous. I don't know why I keep wanting to say opacity. Anyways, they're just really luminous. They're beautiful. The colors, y'all, oh my God. For these luminescent colors, oh my. And the quinacridones and the like primate. Okay, there's not really many colors from here I've tried that I don't like. Let's just leave it at that. I like them quite a bit. They are very pretty pricey when you are buying them, but you can catch them on sale sometimes and buy one at a time, which is my general, thought about that. Or they do sell, I think they have some sets, but I don't know 100%. And then last but certainly not least, this is a product I had been thinking about buying probably 3 to 5 years ago, but I was in grad school and I didn't have any money, so I couldn't do it. And getting into this media like 3 to 5 years ago would have cost me like $300 to start out. Versus now, I was able to get an RNF encaustic set starter kit for $71. Basically, they had it on sale for $71.96. I had scoped this out online before I went in there, and I was very grateful because I bought the last one. So hopefully they'll get some more in for y'all if you live out that way. But this is the RNF encaustic starter kit. I've been wanting to do encaustic for such a long time. Such a long time. I really think it's beautiful. I love the idea of it. I have followed a couple of artists from Russia. It's a couple, and they do a lot of encaustic and tempera. I'm not sure I'm saying that right. It's not the poster paint, but it's the ones that are made from like egg yolks, the egg yolk paint. And I really like their work. It's beautiful. Eventually I'd like to get some tempera paint. It's so pretty. It's just pretty. And so I was really impressed with theirs. And then I also follow Braitman. His encaustic work is really cool. And so I thought that this would be a good way to start out and play and see kind of if I was into it, if I'm not. I'm sure I'm into it. And you can do some really awesome layering techniques with this stuff. And I'm just so excited to try this. So excited. And I mean, that was a good deal really for like all the stuff you got. And they do have a metallic set from RNF. And I kind of have been interested in trying the RNF because this is the first stuff from RNF as an art brand I've tried. I've been interested in trying their pigment sticks. if you've tried them and you like them or you don't, kind of let me know in the comment section below. And if you tried some of the other pigment sticks out there or oil sticks, like Shiva makes one, I think Sennelier makes one, there's a few brands. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of those. And I've also been looking into like a water soluble oil paint. Let me know again. I want to find some and I want your opinions and your thoughts on it. But anyways, so I was a little sad they did not have the metallic set. I wasn't gonna buy it then just because I didn't have any way to test this out, but I wanted to see how shiny the metallic was. But they did have the Encausticos hot sticks, which honestly for the price isn't bad. I mean, you don't get a lot of product, but you don't necessarily, it depends on the application and how you're using these, because you can really layer the heck out of these. But I got the Encausticos hot stick in copper, antique copper pearl. It's really pretty. I'm planning a trip to another local art store when I'm headed out that way at the end of the month, beginning of the next, to basically check out some things. And I know online they have some metallic, like little ones like this, and I really like what I saw. So fingers crossed they're in stock. So anyways, so that is all for my art haul. Like I said, if you have any comments, suggestions, things you'd like to see me try, or things you think I'd enjoy, I really consider myself very much a multimedia type of artist and artist, player, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I really enjoy playing with different things and layering. So I like the looks, the techniques, the things that come from that. I've seen some people layer papers into this. It looks really cool. I kind of want to try that. So if you have any ideas or suggestions, or if you have some artists you recommend me like checking out, let me know in the comment section below. I'm always up for that. Do me a huge favor, like, comment, and subscribe though. And yeah, I'll talk to you later. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye bye.